Dominic Pezzola, thank you for calling. I was anxious to talk to you and hear your thoughts about your case. And of course, there was another ruling today, another sentencing of Enrique Tarrio, a friend of yours. And I do want to get your thoughts and feelings on that also. But how are you doing since this unjust sentencing came out against you?
Hey Jim, how are you? Well, listen, when Joe Biggs' sentence came out, it was kind of a shock. None of us were really expecting that, but ever since then, it just highlights what a corrupt mess we're dealing with right now. And these judges are they're all part of the same narrative that's coming down from the Biden White House to keep January 6th as some violent insurrection that was planned. Because this all eventually they're gonna tie it all back to Trump. Because their main goal is not us, it's to get Trump out. So Enrique came back today in a good mood. We knew it was gonna happen. We knew they were gonna hit him over the 20s. I knew they were gonna give me a decade or more. So we're at the point right now where we know this is it's never gonna hold up. It's never gonna stick. There's just no way. They're not gonna put people in jail for 22 years or even at the scene of the crime. It's insane. So, and people need to start understanding, Biggs and Ethan got 18 years for putting their hands on a fence. I got 10 years for breaking a window for a few $100 worth of damage. This isn't the way things are supposed to work. While Judge Kelly was handing down his sentences, he kept saying, look, my hands are tied. I can't, nothing I can do about it. This is the way the law was written. And it's bullshit. These judges have the discretion to do whatever they want. The guy's clearly under orders to advance the narrative, and that's exactly what he's doing. So, right now, none of us really believe this is actually what we're going to see. I think there's a shift in the country that's being largely underreported, and it's a lot bigger than anyone can even fathom. And I think the propaganda is in overdrive right now because they really don't want the truth to come out about just how disgusted people really are with how things are going right now, especially with sentences like we're getting.
I agree with you 100%. And I think that's interesting what you said about Judge Kelly. He's saying his hands are tied, and yet he doesn't seem to be very upset about these rulings that he's handing out, as ridiculous and over the top as they are. And that's an understatement. It's a travesty of justice what this man is doing. I don't know how he sleeps at night. I don't know how he thinks in any way that this is justice that he's again handing out. Do you think that actually he means that when his hands are tied? Or because it appears that he enjoys from the transcripts we're reading that he almost enjoys punishing Trump supporters. Is that your feeling or no?
Judge Kelly is a Mitch McConnell type Republican or rhino. So I think, look, he was appointed by Trump, and then when January 6th happened, he went and scrubbed all his social media that had any pictures of Trump or him with Trump or anything. So he's one of those Republicans that was a never Trumper, and right now he's doing everything he can to show his swamp rat friends just how against Trump he is. I think he might even have a small amount of shame he might feel because he was appointed by Trump, and all his friends in D.C. are all liberals and insane leftists. So I think right now he's just trying to make an example to show everyone, look, I'm against this man. I don't think we did it right. I think his supporters are going crazy. So I think that's where he is right now.
And you also mentioned, Dominic, that you believe the country is pretty fed up with the situation. I think something I noticed as a reporter was, I think that this has been building for a while. I think people understand this travesty of justice. They understand the economy's worse than the media is reporting. They understand they're being lied to more and more by this traditional mainstream media. And I think it was pivotal that Maui, and you guys have been locked up, so you haven't seen this, but the Maui fires where the people are still being lied to, government was slow to react, people still need supplies. and Joe Biden gives the family $700 when he's sending billions to Ukraine. I think you're right about that. I think there is a growing undercurrent of complete frustration with what's going on in the country today.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't think it can be stated enough that people aren't happy. We've been conditioned to be manipulated by the propaganda in the media for so long that everything we're being told is a lie, and people really need to understand that we're being lied to over and over constantly about everything from our own government, and it's all a ploy just to keep our freedoms, keep taking our freedoms from us. And it goes back again, like I said, I think this was all planned out. I mean, they knew that if they had these trials, if something happened in D.C. and they had these trials in D.C., they would get the convictions they wanted, and it all ties back to getting President Trump, because they know that their very existence and this corruption won't keep going on unless once he gets back in office. And I truly believe he's going to. I don't think you can hide this level of corruption that's in our government right now and not just have the masses turn against it. It doesn't matter what side you're on. You don't want this kind of stuff for anybody in this country. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're left or right. You see this going on one side. I mean, if the political winds change, you don't want this happening on the other side. So people really want a sense of fairness and justice in this country. It's what it was based upon, and we're not seeing that right now at all.
Oh, I agree with you 100%, and we're falling further and further away from that. And unfortunately, for you and your family, you're caught in the middle of this, and you're just a pawn to these people. And I'm sure that's how you feel. I think these people are so unfeeling that they don't respect. Well, I'm just going to say it. I don't think they respect your life. They don't respect my life. They don't respect Trump's life. They just have an agenda. That's how it appears at this point.
Yeah. No, they certainly don't. It's all about the agenda. It's all about the narrative. It's all about, the deep state, keeping control of power. And I think this was all set up in the beginning. I mean, us and the Hoft keepers got the two worst judges because they knew that they would do whatever they had to secure convictions. And it started from day one when they were seating jurors on our jury, and every one of them saying we're racist and white supremacists and Nazis and fascists. But and then he asked them, well, can you put those feelings aside? Yeah, I think I can. And then they sit him on our jury. We're never going to get a fair trial.
Right. Not it.
This is all a show. It's all a show. And I like to look at it this way. If we don't win and turn this around, then we're all in trouble. It's not just me and my friends and everyone in here. So the country has two choices right now. It's either we take back control and kick these bums out and go back to a constitutional republic like we were supposed to be, or this country's going to fall, and then we're all going to be in a serious mess. So there's no in between at this point, because they've gone full steam ahead with their radical agenda, which they're forcing on everyone. Right.
That's interesting that you say too that when they were selecting the jurors, they were saying that you guys are white supremacists, because last time I looked, I think Enrique, he's half Hispanic, maybe half black. So it's ridiculous that argument. Did that hit anyone else when they're saying these horrible things?
Well, they had a hard time keeping that going because a lot of the Proud Boys that we had come into testify for us were either black or Latino or Asian. So we had, we even had a rabbi come in to testify for us. So they couldn't really keep up with that narrative, and they dropped it pretty quickly. But like I said, the problem is, and even the old lawyers were making those arguments, that if you put someone on the jury who already had a preconceived notion that the person that they're judging is a racist, that's something that's a bias that you can't overcome. It's an internalized bias that you can't overcome when it comes down to judging someone fairly. So they knew it. The prosecutors even I guess they told Biggs' attorney one time that they knew that DC was the only place they could get convictions in. It's all a show, and I deeply believe it's not going to last. I think Trump is coming back one way or another. That's why I raised my fist in the court the other day and said Trump won. You all know it, because he did win. Okay, there's way Joe Biden won that election. I will never believe it. You'll never get me to believe it. The guy's a shell of a human being, and I guess they were saying he wrote a book. He can't even sell any copies of that. But we're supposed to believe this is the guy that got 85 million votes. It's this right now. We're in the midst of the biggest psychological operation that's ever been deployed against a mass of people, and it's worldwide.
Yeah, but tell me a little bit about that too. The fact that when you left the court, they just sentenced you to 10 years, and you left the court with your hand up and your fist pumps, saying Trump won. What was going through your head at that time?
Well, when we were there, and the prosecution was doing their little speech, whatever you want to call it, about how I'm the worst person on the face of the planet, I leaned into my lawyer Steve and just told him all this is doing is pissing me off. So I look, whatever happened on that day, it was regrettable on multiple different levels, but I've never believed that Trump didn't win, and I will not believe that he didn't win ever. There's just too much evidence to support the contrary, and I don't think anyone voted for this mess that we're in right now. So it was just kind of my way of showing them. I mean, I looked right at the prosecution and said, Trump won it. You all know it. And it's just my way of showing them that, I don't care what they do. They're not going to break my spirit. It's not going to happen because this is bigger than us.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I've always said that if I have to sacrifice a few years of my life to make this place a better, country for my kids and my grandkids, then, that's the price I'm willing to pay.
Wow, that's truly honorable. And, I commend you for having the courage to continue to just speak your truth, even after such a horrible situation and a horrible day. I really commend you for that, Dominic. So
I appreciate it, Jim.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose you, so it was great to talk to you. We'll talk to you again soon, all right?
Dominic, God bless you. Our hearts are with you. We haven't forgotten about you. So hang in there, okay? We'll do what we can.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay.
Thanks for all you do. Thanks for all your support. Thanks to everyone out there. All right, talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.